Hallelujah, hallelujah. I told you, precious Abba Yahweh, that you are back into the day once again on midweek scripture truth, Abba Yahweh. That your Malak feed the house, Abba Yahweh. And the word go to your nation this evening, Abba Yahweh. Have your way in the midst of this house, Yahweh. Strengthen us, Abba Yahweh. Ban up every spirit, Abba Yahweh. They try to come against your Malak, Abba Yahweh. As we cry out to the nation, Abba Yahweh. Standing, Abba Yahweh, being a light, Abba Yahweh. They're set up on the hill, Abba Yahweh. Speaking your image, your truth, Abba Yahweh. Without compromising, Abba Yahweh. But speaking, Abba Yahweh, what your nation need, Abba Yahweh. To strengthen us, Abba Yahweh, to go on through this battle, Abba Yahweh. To stand in the straight and narrow way, Abba Yahweh. Trusting, Abba Yahweh, in the mighty hands of you, Abba Yahweh. That, Abba Yahweh, when we get weak, Abba Yahweh, we know that you can make us strong, Abba Yahweh. Abba Yahweh, even, Abba Yahweh, when we fall, Abba Yahweh, we know that your strength and your hands reached out toward to lift us up, Abba Yahweh, and to bring us back to the straight way, Abba Yahweh. And to keep us, Abba Yahweh, of shalom, Abba Yahweh. And to let us know, Abba Yahweh, that you're in control of everything, Abba Yahweh. Because there's nothing, Abba Yahweh, that we could do without your mighty power, Abba Yahweh. We know it's you, Abba Yahweh, that keeps us from day to day, Abba Yahweh. We know it's you that lay us down and gets us up in the morning, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Let us stand to our feet, nation. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Precious Abba Yahweh. Kadosh, your mighty Hashem. Your Melchuk to come. Your will be done. And earth, Abba Yahweh. And give us this day our daily lesson. And we give our dead, Abba Yahweh. And we forgive our dead to them. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For your the power and the honor, Abba Yahweh. Forever, Abba Yahweh. Hallelujah, Abba Yahweh. May we fulfill the testament name of YHWH, HaMashiach. And lead us to fulfill such a life to your nation, Abba Yahweh. In the midst of this house, that your word and will go forth to the nation this night, Abba Yahweh. And let them know that you control everything, Abba Yahweh. Man up every spirit come against the precious and mighty name of YHWH, HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah. Praise be the Lamb of Hallelujah. We want to say greetings unto the nations YisraYah'ale. Those are the ones that he has selected. Certainly doesn't need any input from any of us. It is by his own sovereignty of power. There is no one that directs him or whereby he needs any kind of input from any of us. So I do Abba for the blessing of his selection. It makes known who we are through this profound knowledge and truth of YHWH HaMashiach. I don't get to learn in my older age the value and the importance of words. Words have great tremendous ramifications. That's why it's important for us to understand. Wisdom, get wisdom, get understanding. And all that we ascertain in this life must understand. There is where the fault line is wrong. Because we don't understand. We tend to give meanings to words, circumstances, and situations by our own intellectual power that we know that this is what it means.
But that's not so YisraYah'ale. It has a tremendous ramification. It is profound. Do you want that on, Ima? You want that fan on? Okay, turn that down. Do you ask him to turn it on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then. All right. Let me teach you. All right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
What a great blessing it is to get understanding. Be known. Be. That is the ability to discern and to know either it is the truth or far from the truth. There cannot be a little slant in truth. Little leaven the whole lump. It doesn't take much to destroy the essence of what truth is. I want to, in this third part of this teaching, I want to deal with the word that the Greek intellects would say, sophon. Sophon. It is that when one treasure upward one to another, that we represent a great treasure to each other. And so we treasure up the association, the friendship, the love, and that is one of the attributes of caring, that we treasure up with great memory. The times that we know that are fond, and the times of those things that are precious, we cherish those things. That's what sophon is. It is when one cherishes something, someone of a great degree, and in that they protect it, they guard it, and they make sure that that thing or that person are in a position that no one can interfere with that sophon. I want to begin here in the writings of Shaul unto the Romans or unto the Hebrews there in Romania. Romans chapter 12 verse 10. This is one of the most profound commands. He instructs us by revelation, understanding, the uncovering of the details of Torah. He commands us in verse 10 to be, let us be kindly, philos turgos. Let us be kindly, philos turgos. We must be kind. That's the first priority there. And it is to cherish that one or ones with a great, profound, affectionate love. And it produces love when you see one. It makes you love them. It's almost like you with the child or the grandbaby. The child has done nothing for you or to you, but there's a great affection, and you cherish them, and you have them in your bowels, and you feel them in your hearts. And this is the way that we must operate among each other. Not this synthetic form that we call kindness. When you are kind to someone, does it make you feel nice? Let me ask you this question. If you do a kind gesture toward one, and you do it because you wanted to, it makes you feel very nice, doesn't it? Come on, nation. It makes you feel what you would say good, because it is righteousness. That is the form, but that is self-righteousness. So anytime you do something and I get this rosy emotion, you know that it projects self. It doesn't project Almighty Yah. Has nothing to do with the commands or how Yah constructs his affection, his kindliness toward a nation. So if it makes you feel nice, then you know that you've done it to secure some kind of accolades and to promote you. Or it's according to righteousness, but it is promoted by a self-righteousness. And we all are guilty of that. We have done something for one, and it made us feel so nice. But that's not the norm. We should be kindly affectionate one to another. This way, with brotherly achava, with brotherly love, with honor and regards, in honoring that you prefer others over you. We don't do that well. We don't prefer others over us. We prefer me, myself, and I. And that's the way we are. But Yah commands us prefer. That is what caring is. That you will prefer someone beside you. We should prefer one another above me. And if we don't get to that place, and the reason why, because Yah preferred us. Above all of his constitutions, we have broken every one of them. True. Yet he prefers us. Yet he finds the gate of forgiveness, washing and cleansing. And he does it by the teaching, the instruction, the rebuke of Torah to show us and to remind us. I'm not walking this way to feel nice. I don't do what I do to get some kind of rosy, emotional gyration. I do it because I believe the book. And I found it to be true. I find the book to be transformative. It transforms your thinking, your mind, and it changes that synthetic thing you call love and care into the reality of whom Yah is. If a man say he loves me, above all he loves Yah, and if he doesn't keep the commandments, he or she is a flat-out liar. We must keep the mitzvot of Yah. And so we throw that around as though that it represents the person or the personality of the one that's saying it, but it is delusional because it is a flat-out lie. You cannot love outside of the parameter of the knowledge of Torah. We do things instinctively and naturally because of association, but that doesn't represent the platform of the great care, the great treasuring of one another. It doesn't at all. We'll do things to strangers to tell them, and we want to convey to them that we're nice, we're friendly, we're kind. It means nothing. Nothing at all. Period. And so we must have that kind affection one for another. And that is what YHWH commands us as a nation of people. And then when you do that, you will begin to treasure them. There is nothing like a friendship when one treasures that friendship. There's nothing like a husband and wife, the longevity that they treasure the company of one another. They treasure the fun times or the times with each other. They treasure those things up. Even in the midst of great agony and pain, they can draw from those beautiful circumstances and situation. That's what they can. But it is one thing that is important we must understand, nation. And there's what the Torah calls, it is the excellence of Yah's chesed. There's something that produced that excellence here in this leva in our mind. And I'm talking about a kindness of great love, great consideration. It is felt, it is full of compassion, it is full of kindliness. And that's what I'm talking about. It shows for favor, and it shows devotion one unto another. And so Dawid speaks here so profoundly in Tehillim. Psalms chapter 36, verse 7, I want to begin reading. In the midst of all of his agony of trials, he says unto Yah, how to me, how perfect, how pristine, O Yah, is your chesed, is your love kindness. Now our love kindness must be the byproduct of Yah's love kindness. It must include all the details of love kindness in the same fashion, same format, with the same ingredients as Yah's love kindness. Kindly, affectionate. You know how dumb and stupid we can get. We're up one moment and sideways the next. We're silly, we're immature. There is nothing that is felt. Love kindness is felt. When you show love kindness, not being silly or immature, I'm talking about the love kindness of Almighty Yahweh. That's what Dawid says. Your love kindness, your chesed. It is so excellent, your kindness toward me, your loving expressions in your deeds, and bringing me back to the point of reckoning with my sin. You understand that's love kindness. And that's what he does for us as a nation. And he shows us favor because he is devoted unto that nation and that people. You cannot show love kindness if you're not devoted. You cannot show that. And that's why you don't find this today. No one is devoted. I'm devoted to no one but myself. Period. And no one else. He says to me this morning, we were talking, Yosipia's son, he says to me, Papa, I really like you. I really like you. I said, boy, shut your mouth. You like me because of the circumstance I just expressed. Shut your mouth. I said, because I can be tough. And I want you to know that. Well, the situation arose, they're throwing pine needles. I'm going to get them some throwing balls, and they can throw the balls at each other, because I don't want anyone to get hurt if they throw pine cone, they throw rocks. And so out of that expression, I called him and him, all of them. And he was so honest with me. You understand that? Because I didn't leave it at that. He understood that he is meant to be feared. And I feel that. But I know he will show me the kindness that he showed me this morning. That's honesty. And this crazy, filthy generation possess none of that. He says, oh yeah, therefore, the children of Edom, we put our bodak, our trust, our confidence. We put our bodak under the shadows of your wing. We don't have to see you. We see what the word says. And the word is a shadow of what representation that you express. So Dawid said, we don't even have to see you, Almighty Yah. Just a shadow is enough. How do you know there's a shadow, Dawid? When I look at the vastness of his creation, as he was speaking to Chanukah, what I see, the profoundness of what has been done. It has not been some kind of evolution. There's a master whose mind, he has imparted that into us. Let the same mind was in YHWH be in us. And so we don't understand the beauty of cherishing or treasuring up, having one that cares for you the same way you care for them. And I'm not talking about this false delusional, your personal pain. That is one of the most deceiving things that one can walk in. I like her better than I like her. You evil child of hell. I show respect to her, but not her. You devil, you were birthed for hell. You, your mom and your grandmother as well, because they taught you nothing. Cow. I'm not repenting of my expressions, because I know what it's going to take. I was thinking just before I came that I said, yeah, when I leave this world, I don't want to come back like this. I want to come back in the form that YHWH did. There is no sin. If I die today and God said you get out, work your way through the ground, you'll be all right. You're not going to die. I will not even want to work my way back to this. And that's a fact. And so we can be crazy all we want to. You're going to die. You're going to leave this world. You're going to have a testimony, not that I've been nice to someone. It must represent this. Then he goes on in verse 8. He said, they shall be ravad. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of your house. They shall be abundantly ravad. They shall be abundantly. It shall saturate me. I shall become intoxicated by it, Yah. And kindness will intoxicate you. That Yah has blessed you and has opened up your mind to be kindly affectionate. We are such a false people that we will choose and elect those that we will show some kind of kindness. And that's not kindness. That's not kindness. I sin as much as any man. I just don't practice sin. I don't carry out sin. I don't carry out defiance unto Almighty Yah. But every second of my life, it is of no value without the knowledge of Yeshua HaMashiach. None whatsoever. So I want the abundance, I want y'all to saturate my heart with His love kindness. Not that false, delusional lie that you call love kindness. It is not kind. It doesn't show the ahava of Yah. It is false. It is delusional. It's up, it's down, it's twisted. But that love kindness, you will see the treasures of Yah and the reward. And you treasure that up in your life. Not some false delusional hypocrite that I'm talking to every one of us. Makes no difference. It's one thing, nation. I can look. I was thinking, I said, yeah, it's amazing that what the eyes of people, because I was thinking about that our idolaters there in Canada. And I know people say, well, and I'm thinking, the eyes express everything. It expresses your anger. It expresses a form of compassion. You tell your husband and wife never look in each other's eyes. They see it, look at the child. You can tell when the child is a liar. You can tell when they've done something wrong just by the eye. The eyes. The eyes. The eyes. The eyes. Yeah. It tells everything about an individual. So you can look at the eyes and you know when a child is lying, because you can look in at their eyes and into their eyes, and you can see whether they're telling the truth or not. And that's a fact. You will know love kindness when it's the real love kindness. That's why the child was looking and smiling, but I was rough and tough. And what I saw them doing, it's amazing, because I'm looking at them. And one lad, I knew he lied. And when I said what I said, and I watched them doing what they are doing, that's right. Does Yah correct this nation? Yes. We need corrections all the time. Yes. You're not going to skate by with Yah quickly. He says, and you shall make them drink of the rivers of your Eden, of your delight, of your pleasures, Yah. You shall make us drink of your pleasures, of your delight. Not only that, of your finery, of your excess. That's what love kindness does. That's what you treasure up. And you treasure that affection. Babies don't understand affection, but they treasure up those things that they, by their own understanding, can conceive and understand. This is very nice, and I like this. We are people that our hearts have become so cold. You can't tell, let me ask you that are married. You can't tell when the wife is cold or the husband is cold? Look down at you if you can't tell that. That's why I can tell when you're cold, when you need working on too, all right? I was in Lowe's today, and the two persons in the painting area, they were talking. I said, excuse me, sir, can I get some help? Well, he looked at me, one did. What do you want? I said, sir, I want the Valspar paint in this color. Well, which one? And I said to him, come, I will show you which one I want. And so when I gave him the color chart, he took it like he slashed. You don't do that with me. No. I said, you arrogant little beast. Don't you ever, buddy. I meant what I said. That's what I said. Well, I didn't say, I said, now you're not being honest. You're a liar. You're being disingenuous. You know that your emotions have you all tied up. And I was talking like that. So I did all that, and the lady that knows me, how are you doing? We start talking. I said, all my sons and all of my grandbabies, they live with me. And she said, you come in here, you buy so much paint. I said, sure we do. We'll have a beautiful place. And he's watching that. And he sees. He knew. And so let, in all things, we be real. Don't be disingenuous. You got a problem in the morning, let someone know. I'm stupid. I'm nutty. And I don't give a damn about you. I want to be by myself. That's evil. That's evil anytime you don't want to be around no one. That's very evil. That's very, very evil. When we see the times that we're in approaching, you don't feel the fellowship, live and congregate among each other. Feel you know to do that. So there's something very evil in you. It's not in the person, it's you. Something very evil in you. And that's just it. Well, I like to be myself. I don't like to be by myself. I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to live by myself. Around here, at least something happened, I can crawl out or holler, get some help. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to segregate myself from because I can't be affectionate. My husband, I know what kind of money he gets. He purchased some things, $35 last month. I didn't have $35. I said, I know where a bank is if I need something. Can I borrow this? He said, oh, I don't. I said, buddy, don't even try that. You're not getting a silver dollar and a gold dollar every week. We dare do that. That's affection. I didn't do that because to represent some kind of form of affection, because it's friendship to me. I treasure that greater than a dollar. I treasure that greater than some substance of a thing that will have no bearing today. It's greater. And that's why the kindness, and we showing the kind of kindness with affection. It must be affectionate. We have learned to be cold. This is a nation that is cold as the gates of hell. But hell will welcome. We have learned to be cold. We have taught ourselves to be cold. And I know a cold person from one that is warm. I know that. You can hide among others, but you don't hide with me. I don't want to try to hide. We should not want to do that. Look, let's move on. He said, you shall make them drink of the rivers of your pleasure. Verse 9, for with you is the fountain of life. When you want life and you just draw from the fountain of YHWH, the Ma'oah, the Ma'oah, the Makoah. He says, in your light we shall see the light. And then he says this in verse 10. Oh, continue your love kindness, your hesed. Now that's what we must do. The hesed must continue. You can be up today and fun in the next hour. Continue your love kindness. You must be faithful. You must be compassionate. You must be tolerant. And that is what hesed is. You're tolerant, that you can endure those things. And we don't do that very well among YisraYah'ale. But we're tolerant with the world and with the wicked. I talk like that today for that boy. As long as he works and knows, he will always remember me. And that's a fact. And we will think, well, I'll just be kindly affectionate. No, you disregard it, me buddy. You don't do people like that. I'm not buying that phony reality of what Christianity has taught you. We don't know how angry Yah is. He's going to kill these dogs, their children, the old women, the old men. That's a fact. I study these things in depth. And I say, I don't understand why we don't see that and see who he is. That's a fact. Hallelujah. He says to Yah, this is what we all must do. We must always continue to proceed. We must walk the course. We can't be up and down. We can't be sometime. That is such an evil spirit. We can't do that. He said, continue in your chesed, in your faithfulness toward me, in your tolerance toward me, in your endeavor with me, to them that yada, that have experienced you, that know you, and your tzedakah, to the upright in heart. Only those that are upright in heart will understand the righteousness of being kindly affectionate one unto another. But a devil will never understand that. One that is evil will never understand that. One that is full of pretense will never understand that. They don't know how to be affectionate. And I'm not just talking about affection, but it must be a kindness to the affection. It must be kindness. It can be sometimes. It's Yah's hesed sometimes. It is always. And his kindness is so beautiful that in that kindness he corrects us. I will prove that in the book, all right? He judges us by his love kindness. That's how he does it. And we won't even judge by, if you really cared for one with love kindness. It's amazing how that in the days that old people would know true knowledge of Yah, they could discern and they would know, and they could tell you when you were two penny hustler. They knew it. And they could tell what kind of personality you have. It's a shame and sin. How the enemy become chavam is so easily begun. It doesn't take much for someone to play us. You don't play me. If you play me, I'll let you. But you don't play me. And you're not going to play Almighty Yahweh. Hallelujah. That's why wisdom will always exhort us to be obedient unto Emunah. Wasn't the first thing I read that's an obedience unto Torah? As much as we have opportunity, you talk by all men. But then there's a preference and a preference there, especially unto YisraYah'ale. You can be kind to some faggot son or daughter, some old crazy uncle, let him hug you and all of that. But yet we have no discernment of the kindness of Yah. Period. Something is wrong. I want to show us the wisdom of Shlomo as he speaks Mishnah Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 1. You shall all began here in the Torah and Romea. that we must have this kind affection, a kindliness that is beyond our ability to control. And the kinder you are, it will make you more kinder. And it will grow on you, and you want to be kind to people. And you want to show them affection. There are people that don't even know Yah, but they're kind, they're affectionate. Let me bake them some cookies. Let me do that for them. That's what kindness does. Yes. That's what kindness does. Yeah. It's a forbearance. If one is more ignorant than I am, but it shows an affection even in the midst of their ignorance, their unlearned ways. That's what it does. Shlomo says, my son, Proverbs 3:1, my son, this is wisdom speaking. This is the mind of Yah. Forget not my Torah, but let your hearts guard, treasure up. And that is what we need to do, as the teaching is all about what we treasure up in our hearts. So fun. And when you treasure up something, you cherish it. It's like a father treasuring the memories of his daughter, his son, and he remembers that. And when he feels down and lonely, he remembers that experience with his child, or with his wife, or with a husband, and that refreshes them. So we must, nation, forget not the Torah of Yah. We must guard the commandments, the mitzvot, the command of instruction, and that's where I began there. In Rumia, it is an instruction, it is the fulfillment of Torah. So we must fulfill it. We must do as form our lives according to what the book says. We are hypocritical about that, and we don't understand we're not going into the kingdom. We're not going into the kingdom because I'm here preaching. It would be a sad thing for me to teach like this, the Achim, and then I'd be lost at the end. I guard myself by the commands of Torah, and I guard myself. I don't indulge in many things. I keep myself simple because I want to enter into the gates of the heavenly place while I'm here. And so with me there's a constant repentance. Forgive me of that sin. You will see the transformation in one. It must be a kindness whereby you don't sin the world. And that's just a fact. I must be as kind to him, or you, like I am to her. My kindness of affection must be the same with her. I won't lie to her. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't do no wrong. I don't hit her. Never have. I don't beat her up. I'm not going to beat him up. I don't just say anything to her. She doesn't say the things I say because she said, well, you know, like you said, yeah, I'll say words. I know what I'm saying. But it must be the same dimension. My kindness to her and affection must be the same as to her or to you, or with that child, or those young boys. It must be. It can't be superficial, full of pretense. It can't be that. That's why we cannot forget the Torah of wisdom, the kindness of wisdom, and we must guard it. Why? For length of days and long life, and shalom shall be shall be added, you shall increase, it shall be added unto you. And then he says in verse 3, let not husset, let not kindness, let not compassion, let not husset, and truth. You don't allow that to be a zad. You don't forsake. Don't allow it to forsake you. Don't allow yourself to become so corrupt that that even the kindness of Yah forsake you. And you will know the kindness of Yah, and his compassion is chesed, because he guards his house And there's always judgment. He will always, with some, he will correct us. Because we all know we've gotten by with some. But you haven't gotten by with it. Me getting by you with my lies, it means nothing. But there's one with the all-seeing eyes. Yes. And he sees. Me to lie to you and to pretend with this superficial kind of soul, a false kind of attribute, it's evil. It's synthetic. It's false. And that's just a fact, Legion. You don't allow, let not kindness and truth, let not chesed, and don't let truth, His Torah is truth, forsake you. Because kindness will forsake you, and truth will. Because you have hardened your heart, you have shut your ears, that you will not hear. You have a form of the Siddiq of Yah, but you deny the truth. When it cuts me, when it shows me, when it opens up my sin reservoir, you can't do that, Legion. You can't. But what we must do is bind them about our neck. And then we must write them upon the table, the tabernacle, and the table of our labor, our minds. That's where they must be. It's not something you feel here, or you think you feel it. It must be there. And what's in here? Can I ask us a question? Do we react on what is here? Do we think from here? So if it tells me attack like a fool, then I act like a fool because it comes from here. Now, do we feel from this? No, we don't. We must write them. We must instruct. We must have thought. We must cause them to be etched in our mind. Because I did you wrong today, I will be attentive. I will not do you wrong tomorrow. And if I can do you right tomorrow, I can do you right the next hour. And the next day. And the next moment. So if I can do that, I can be kindly affectionate to you all the time. What man wants a wife that is not kindly affectionate? And what husband, what wife wants a husband that's what most women get somewhat perturbed with, or they lose all sense of sensitivity of carrying it. Because when the man is cold, there's nothing like a cold man. You know why? Because Yah commands me to love her. He commands me to show her love, to be affectionate. He just doesn't tell us in the book the toll of the rewards of what you have garnered unto yourself. And you will. And that's a fact. He commands me to love her. He commands you to obey me. Because the love alone will make you want to obey me. He's sweet, he's kind, he's loving, he's affectionate. I know we all think we're that way. I need help. That's why I'm preaching tonight. It's amazing how delusional we are. I need help. I must be the partaker of this verse. I need help. Above all men, I will never become arrogant as though that I don't need that. And I'm above Yah's truth. You are a flat out fool of a fool. I don't care who you are. You be young, a fool. Oh, I'm just talking to the few that are listening and us. That's stupid. Above all, I need it. Above all, I need it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You bind them about your neck and write them on the table of your heart. Why? Why do we do that? Because there is nothing like Yah's, and all of our corruption is reconciling us and bringing us back. See, we think we have this kindness of affection, but this brings me back to what I really have. I have nothing. You have nothing. Unless you maintain the truth and the Torah of Yah. and you love that, you have nothing. We have nothing. And so I'm so glad, even in my degenerate state, as he said to Hosea, I know she's a harlot, but I want you to draw from her. Because YisraYah'ale, you are a harlot as well. We're full of order. We're not faithful. We're unfaithful. I don't try to hide and do things that are evil. I don't do that. My schedule is just mundane. It's simple. I'm thinking today, what do I do tomorrow? I know what I need to do. I need, first of all, to get the goat feeders moved, because I need to get them where they can become familiar with the new design of the feeder, place where we're going to make sure we take care of them better. I need to make sure that I get the light pole ready for Yosipia for the stadium lights to try them out. I got to make sure your wasa knocking out in the garden. I designed a cedar. It is nice too. I said to Ima, how do I do this? You have it, but I got something that's better than that. It's nice. It cuts into the right depth. And the only thing you got to do is just, it fits the same diameter of the seeds or in the trees, and then you just drop it. You don't have to put no dirt on it. Just drop a little some of that, the fertilizer, and that just keep going. So I'm always thinking, all the time. So what I do is so mundane. It's the same thing over and over. And that's a fact. Listen to this. I want to show you how this has it. And that's why it's important to understand the language of words. You don't have to speak Hebrew. I don't speak it. But I want to understand the dynamics of words. And I want to show you in Hosea. In chapter 2, verse 18. Look at what it says here. This is Yahweh's promise to us, that although we're evil, He's going to reconcile us back to Him by showing us our evil, sadistic ways. And it says in verse 18, as in that day, Yah says, I will make a brick, there shall be an allegiance for them with the beasts of the field. And he's not talking about an alligator or a lion. He's talking about this beast nature that we have with the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heavens and the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword and the barrel out of the earth. And I will make them to lie down in safety. We're going to lie down safely without any fears of retribution or anything at all. And that's why we must make our abode in the Torah of Almighty Yah, that these things will not overtake us at all. And then He says to us, and I will betroth you to me, Leolam Via, I will betroth you to me forever. Yes, I will betroth you to me in Sadika, in righteousness, and also and in judgment. That's how He betrothed Himself unto us. He's going to make judgment. His judgment is righteous. And then He says not only that, but it's going to be in love kindness. It's going to be in chesed. And so how do you procure the friendship of YisraYah'ale unless you listen, everyone? You must show yourself friendly. You can't get a friend if you're not friendly. You show yourself friendly. You must. That's how we do it. We show ourselves as fruitcakes and everything it is. We must show ourselves friendly. The nation with a deep kindness of affection. He said, and you do that in chesed, in love kindness. And not only that, their words in Torah, they sound alike. Racham, Racham, Rachum. But they have totally different identities and what they mean. What they mean. He says, he used the word "and kindness." Isn't that the statement at the beginning? This brotherly kindness of affection. He said, I want you in love kindness and in kindness, in rahana. Rahana. I want to show us this is not my definition. I wanted to copy this to make sure we understand. This is what rahana, rahana, H-K-H-A-M, rahana. It means this. It means having bowels. They are compassionate, tender love. And the only way, listen, YisraYah'ale, the only thing that Yah can equate this with is with this: as cherishing the fetus in the womb. You understand? The mother of the first child, she cherishes that. She feels it. She nurtures it within the womb. Now that is what that kind of kindness is. If you cannot cherish YisraYah'ale, and you cherish YisraYah'ale as a mother with a child, it says as cherishing the fetus, that which is in your womb, that which is in your bedroom, your belly. And the thing of it is, we're not in each other's heart. Those that are in your heart are the ones that you think you like. That is what that's why words have such implication. They're powerful. Raham. Raham. It is the bowels of great compassion. This is Yah. This is Yah. This is Yah. This is Yah. He's going to correct us, reconcile us through judgment, through his satika. Then he expressed his greed, love kindness of chesed. And also he expressed his rahman. Rahman. To me, as Yah says, you're like the fetus that is in my womb. You in my heart. You need to be birthed and carried forth. Those that are stronger than you are weaker. There are those in every great house. There are all kinds of that. Every kind. You go in a store, you know, to sell shoes from that pair that's $1,800 a pair. And that's a fact. And so you must have this kindness, but it must be affectionate. It must be. And even the fetus of your womb, when they get to the point where their eyes are open, their surroundings is not intellectually understood. They know how to smile, you know how to teach them. And they will do that. We are cold, we are nasty, we are corrupt as the gates of hell, and we're not going in. Because my kindness of affection toward you is the same kindness, illegitimate affection that I show toward him. The affection will always have attachment. Always. You tell me a mother's not affectionate with a child. Stop that, boy! We got things so construed in our logics of thinking, it's insane. He talks about this love, kindness and kindness. And then he says in verse 20, I will even betroth you to me in faithfulness. That is what Hesed is. The Hesed of Yah is faithfulness. As the old proverb, I will stick with you through thick and thin. We don't do that too. You elect and choose those that you will stick by. This place at one time was filled. Are you disappointed? Not at all. That's sad. I would rather have one like you. All of those that were once. That's bad. A lot to you now. I'm not disappointed. I'm as happy as a fall, but really bad. And that's a fact. That's a fact. I will not allow any external to destroy the work that He has begun here in me. I won't do that. That's why I know, and I must be reminded of His judgment and correction, that He lets me know He will be true, that He will bring me back, you to me, and I'll do it in chesed, and a love, affectionate, of kindness. That's what faithfulness is. There's nothing like a woman being faithful to her husband, a man to his wife, with honesty, doesn't lie, or see what they did about each other. There's nothing like that. I don't like liars, son. That's one thing. I don't care who it is, a child, just don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. I don't like liars now. And that's a fact. Hold up before you talk. Tell me now. No! You all haven't been around. And you haven't been around me. And there were those that will lie at the drop of a hat. But when I finished with them, the truth would come out. The preciseness of it. And there are things I will never say. Because it is not merited, it's not even worth talking about to me. We love to talk about foolishness. We love to stay intact with foolishness. And that's why you never grow to the measure, the stature, and the standard that Yah wants. That we have kindness or kindly affection one for another. You show more affection to the dog that hates Yah than you will with YisraYah'ale. I'm not that way. If I had anything, or if I'm telling a lie, she would be here saying, well, that hypocrite. No, she can't see that. Because I'm just as real as I am talking. I'm just as real as I am talking. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This Rahman, it is nature, and it comes from the womb, all right? I want you all to stop sketching and drawing, all right? I want you all to pay attention. Stop that. Hold on. Put your pens and your pads away. Listen. You don't draw in school and things like that. You let them draw? All right, so stop. Put them up. Stop that. Put them up. You pretending. All right? I don't like that. Put that up. Stop it. Hallelujah. I want us to hear this, that we may understand as I gave us understanding of Rahman. It is like a fetus in the womb. There is such a great love, affection, and kindness for that fetus. I want to show us that example here in Isaiah. Look what it says in Isaiah. Chapter 46, verse 3. You show you this capacity of this great affection. And verse 3, 46, verse 3. Yah commands us to listen. YHWH, YisraYah'ale, hearken unto me, Beit Yaakov, nation where my people I birthed them from. I want you all to shemach, learn of me and hear me, house of Yaakov. And then he says, and all the she'erith, all the remnants, all those that are descendants, I want you to hear of the house of YisraYah'ale, which have borne or amassed. You are the one that I have laid the load on. I've laid the promises He has laid down upon us. Take Lord of YHWH. For His burden, for His yoke is easy, and His burden is light. We don't know that unless we learn of Him, learn, be instructed and taught of Him. We must learn. Then He says this nation, He says, although that you have this great burden, or have this, you have been born with this amass, I have laid the load on you. He said, buy me from the veil. Does it say veil there? Yes. Then He says, which are carried from the racham, is carried from the womb, the bowels, the compassion, tender love as cherishing the fetus. You see, that's what caring is about. And we cherish and we treasure up the moments, the time. We must treasure that up, nation. That's why He gives us seasons and times, the moments. That those that had journeyed such a long way had not seen the friend until the Moed came around, that they would treasure those moments. And they would treasure it as though that there was something birthed in them. It was renewed and it was rekindled. It is a blessing that we understand the renewing of His kindness every day. And so when we see each other, that should be that. It is one thing I do not get up in the morning acting crazy as a hellhound, moody, stupid, nutty. I don't get up like that. We as a nation, we get up crazy as a cathound. That's stupid. There's something missing in your mind. You get up acting funny. Remember when we first came here, we were here about a few years. So just like I do when I come in the dining hall, I always say, speak. Shalom YisraYah'ale. And so I went in one day, I didn't even speak. I said nothing. And the hound dogs came out. They're all looking. What's wrong with him? And I sat there for a while before I even said anything. And I did that to let them know this is the way you are. You don't come out one day, come out the next day that way. And the next. You're the same every day. Don't be up and down. You're the same every day. My oldest brother that's dead would always tell me, baby boy, don't be a pancake. Don't flip and flop. You feeling nice now? The next moment you're acting crazy as hell. He said, don't be a pancake. Don't be flipping and flopping and flopping and flipping. Stay the same. And I did that to show that generation of that people, you and your stupidity behaves in the same fashion. I did this purposely to let you know that's the way you are. You can be nice today, crazy the next hour. You go through some kind of schizo, emotional craziness. You establish us. You can't be all glittery and love kindly this moment, and when there is an instruction, you're crazy. You can't do that. That's insane. It doesn't work that way. So do we really understand the chesed of Yah? It's racham, or it's racham. Do we really? Yah's love kindness is rahum. It only expresses His love kindness. I don't even know what that is. But I know He shows me through Torah His kindness toward us, that I can get an insight as to what His rahum is. You got time for everything but His book. That's a damn shame. I was looking at a teaching before. I said, yeah, don't let me do that. But I'm there studying for some other teaching because the word spoke to my mind. I'm not saying that to be boastful. I'm saying that we must keep our minds on Him and Him alone and nothing else. And that's it. Hallelujah. But what He says in verse 4 of chapter 46, and even to your old age, I am He. And even to the horror of the gray-headed man will I carry you. I made you, and I will bear, and I will carry you, and I will deliver. You see, that's His raham. And the raham of God, we will carry one another. We will bear forbearance of one another. We will be affectionately and kind to each other. As the old Proverbs, do unto others as you have them do unto you, but you be kind by every man. Much as we have opportunity, we do right by everyone. Well, you just said you got on that boy, and that's what he was, a boy. Can I ask you all a question? You that have birthed children through your Jaina, you that have fathers' children, you've never fussed in all your days. You never raised the tenor of your voice with your child. I'll show you that's how stupid we is. That's how dumb we is. And that's how corrupt our judgment is. You understand? That's how stupid we is. Not you are, but that's how dumb we is. And how ignorant we is. We promote our own agenda and our own folly, and we know we're not what we think we are. And that's a fact. But don't let me say that. Don't let me do that. Don't let me respond in that way. It's a different thing. No. I'm going to respond in the way of Yah's truth. Yah says, oh man, woman, don't worry. I'm there, and I will deliver you. Why? Because it is the raham that He has shown, and that we must have. We must birth this word in our hearts and cherish it like a fetus in our womb. And if we cherish it that way, we will see the results of that. There is nothing more to all the labor, and I've never seen it. But I can say this from hearing testimonies. And I would know how it would be if my YHWH we had birthed many. Not one or two, many. 12. That the excitement of birth, it melts away all the other circumstances. And that moment, it is always engraved here. It's a memory of that. And that's the way love kindness is. You don't ever forget that. When you are kind and affectionate. My kindness is not worth a damn. It's not even worth hog puke. Hog puke. It's not worth nothing. And your kindness is not worth donkey's puke. It means nothing. Unless it's based upon the principles of Yah's kindness. It means nothing. Because your kindness is going to exude you. His kindness shows you His faithfulness. It shows us what's in his bosom, because we are there as a nation of people, and that's just the truth. I want to read one of Shlomo's prayers. I want you to hear it. Shlomo began a prayer here in 1 Melachim, 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 50. He says unto Yah, in all of our sins, he says, Yah, please, 1 Kings 8:50, and forgive your people that have sinned against you, that all of their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against you. Shaul commanded us in Romans 12:10. Just stay there where you are. Be kindly affectionate. Is Yah kindly affectionate to us? It's written. It's written. A child doesn't think that that's affection when the mother or the father corrects them. They have no ability to equate that with affection. You chastise a child, not because I'm the father or the mother, because you know the path that's going to take them down, and you're leading them down to a path and where the ravine or the streams of water will flow in them. Even when they began to turn and transgress, they can drink from those fountains. And that's why you don't do it because you're an adult. That's stupid. You don't do it because you have some command. That's even more stupid. You don't do it because you're older than them. That's insane and dumb. There was one here and says, well, I'm older than you, so that means, I said, doesn't mean a nigga's worth of rats. You know what I said. And I said to him, I would ask you a question. He was 1 year and some age, maybe 2 years older than me. It doesn't mean anything to me. I said, I would ask you one question. And I was in my 40s. I said, one question I would ask you. I said, that white boy that you work for, how old was he? He was 26. I said, did you obey him? That startled me. Did you tell him what you were going to do? Or did he tell you what he wanted you to do that day? 26? You think that that's a promotion? Because you're older than me? It's silly. It's stupid. And you are young. Period. Period. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Then he says here in 1 Kings verse 80, and all their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against you, and give them, this is what you have done. You have given them rahat. You've shown them compassion. You've loved them. So if you sin against me, I sin against you, you must still show me rahat. You must still show me kindness and affection. You tell me the truth and say you're wrong. You correct me. Do you show your child, you had sons and a daughter. You corrected them, I'm quite sure. And after that, no more kindness and affection. Sure was. Sure was. That's what care does. You didn't give a damn. You will not treasure them in your bosom and you let them in your bowels. You care, you treasure. Oh, that one. And we don't know how to care. And so we can teach our babies how to care. We have missed the road. And the thing of it is, we don't want to transform ourselves. And the only way you're going to transform, you got to be judged. Someone has to judge you. Because you don't even judge yourself. Someone's got to judge you and let you know you're dirty, stinking liar. I use that kind of expression. He says, you have given them compassion before them, carried them captive. Even when you were under your great agony, you showed them compassion. That they have rohan, not racham, but rohan. That they may have this great ahava, this kindness, this forgiveness, one toward another, to be compassionate. You must have tender affection. That's what care is. On them. Verse 51. For they are, or they be, your people. And not only that, but they are your inheritance. Your nachala. Those that you have purchased. They are your inheritance. They're your property. I'm glad I belong to him and not myself. I'm a mess in every degree. There's nothing that is worth of anything about me. Nothing at all. Period. And then he says here, this is a cry and a prayer, Shalom. He said, for they be your people and your inheritance, which you brought forth out of Israel, from the midst of the furnace of iron, that your eyes may be open to the supplication of your servant, and to the supplication of your people, YisraYah'ale, to hearken to them and all that they call for you. In everything, you see what that Racham or the Racham of Yah does. And even when one doesn't know how to speak, the affection and the kindness will call. It produces trust, care. I don't want to live a life where I don't trust nobody. That's evil. I trust you. I trust you. You play me for a fool, that's your fault. I don't mind being played. I've been played a lot. Something is sick here. When you trust no one, you are a sick, evil demon from hell. I'm always learning from others. Always. I'm always reading from the scholarship of other men, how to produce things, how to grow, and how to enhance soil. I am always studying things of the variations and the variants of all kinds of things that will bring about a healthy environment for community. That's what this is about to me, for me. Nothing else, no money, and we don't die bitterness. I came with no money in this world, and I'm dying that way. That's fact. I will have no money when I die. That's all right with me. Period. We have become so incapacitated to care for the nation, for each other. We'll go our way for some stranger that will curse your Abba, your Yah. You go beyond the call of duty for some dog birth out of hell. When it comes to the nation, we don't even know how to be kindly affectionate. You respect the dog of dogs, but none for the nation. You're not going to get by with that with me. No one. I don't care who we is. And that's just a fact. I want to show us here in Lamentation. I'm not going to finish this tonight. We'll finish this next week or the week after that. I want myself to me to teach next Wednesday. I think you'll rest. All right. Let's look here in Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 22. We must express this kind of raham toward each other. The great cries in his lamenting Yirmiyahu. He says in verse 22, Lamentation 3:22, is it of Yah's tongue or his chesed, his faithfulness, his kindness, his compassion, his treasuring us up in his land to keep us, that we are not consumed? I'm glad, Yah. You should have consumed me the last minute ago. But it is the chesed, the kindness. It is the chesed, his faithfulness. Because he doesn't execute judgment expedient, then this is what is the root of sedition that grows. Because he doesn't correct us expedient, the heart of you is fully set to do evil. Our hearts are set to do evil. And so we have no problem with doing evil. We didn't even think about how and what kind of evil we do. We disavow the commands of Yah. He says, is it Yah's tongue, his chesed, that we are not consumed? Because his raham, his great deep love for us, his affection, his compassion. Is it not that our friendship has sustained? Because I am not affectionate. You are not affectionate. Is it not because of him we're not consumed? It is the kindness that sustains a friendship and love. Then he says, it fails not. It's one thing about compassion. It's one thing about caring. It never fails. It never fails. And I'm not talking about your general form of caring and compassion. It is for the body, the whole of the body, each and every part of the body. It is for YisraYah'ale. You meet them, the stranger. My Eva was telling me that, talking to my friend in the back, she was telling me that this elderly mother and her husband called today because someone in Florida told someone in Georgia, told them there are people that listen, but they don't like me because they don't love truth. They want to pretend, and they want someone that mesmerizes them with soul fairy tales and lies. I'm getting to the root cause of our problem. It is not me. It is not you. You, your own problem. Your sins, your corruption, your lies, and your falsehood. That's what it is. You're not my problem. I'm my problem. You're not the one that hinders me from being brotherly, kind with affection. It is my damnable, deceitful, wicked, evil mind that intervenes and support the commands and the instructions of Yah. And people don't want to hear it raw like this. They don't want to hear it raw with honesty, with forthrightness, you know. And so the couple, the mother called Emet, and she said, Rhea, do you hear the husband in the background? No, you can't have Yah without YHWH. You can't have YHWH without Yah. And so he just going on and on about that. And the old mother said, well, we don't know nothing about computers. And so we go to the library, and when we listen, we try to listen. They tell us we can't listen, it's too loud, and all that. You would think they would have headsets. And so immediately when my Eva told him that, I said, and Eva says, but I told her send her some things, some literature, and I will. Well, just get it together, we'll send it. And I thought, I said to Ema, I said, well, we can send them some CDs, or better than that, some DVDs, and we'll buy them with a DVD player. I don't know them. It's from our kindness. It takes a raw one to listen to me. That's just right. And I said to my friend Leslie, we get that together, get some messages, and then we'll send them that. I want to worry about, you can download some on there, but I want them that. They can plug one in, and they can sit there. They don't have a computer in their home or nothing like that, whereby they can join us in service. But that doesn't give me no super kind of compassion or care. I just know that that's not that expensive. And if someone calls in because someone, the one who told them about me, they don't listen to me. The one that told the other person about me, that person listened, and then neither one listen to me anymore. Listen, leave me. I know that. I'm not offended. I'm not upset. You all understand it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. I'm too small to worry about something of that unimportance. It's unimportant to me. No man can come unto this truth unless Yah draws them. He's the one that has nothing to do with me. They don't want Yah. He says, his compassion fails not. Why? Because they are hadash. They're renewed. They're renewed every morning. Great is his chesed, his faithfulness. Listen, your compassion should be renewed every morning. You see me in the morning, it should be a renewed one. You healed yesterday, it should not be today. His compassion is renewed. Renewed. You act stupid today, in the morning, you don't act stupid. You act silly yesterday, today you don't act silly. His compassion, his roha, his affection. And so you didn't feel like loving me today. With the bed last night, I roll over. Don't feel like loving you in the morning, huh? That's stupid. So you don't get up tomorrow like you interchange or interacted like you did today. You were nutty today. You were stupid. So you don't get up in the morning being stupid. Because his compassion is renewed. I didn't have compassion today. But tomorrow morning I will. I say, don't fuss, man. You know I'm going to fuss, man. Man, let's get this. I'm going to leave you to yourself to do. We're going to have to get it. Get it done. That's the way I run. Period. So if his compassion is renewed, it's infused or re-infused in your life, should not mine be that way. You don't ever go to sleep or let your wrath, your evil ways consume you in the night hour. You know you're wrong. It's best to get it right. That's why folks got confessions on their dying bed. I didn't do you right. I'm so sorry that you don't have power to get it right. Because a confession, there are acts that precedes that. That shows you've held something in your damn wicked heart all that long. And if y'all awaken you and let you get up, you will go back to the same old dirty, filthy ways. You still be dirty as a pair of dirty socks. You still stay. Now wear the same socks for sometime a week later. I know they see no. No sin. Exchange shirts 3 times a day, 4 or 5. Get this one all sweaty when I go in to do something else. I need to sit down and say, I take it all, hang it out. Get dry like that. I go out with that one, I go work some in that one, come back, take that one off, got another one in there. And I know what I need to wash there. You need to wash them, I don't need to wash them. It's all right by me. Can you imagine that folks never get a chance to wash their clothes? You think, it's all right by me. Those socks are so dirty. I know they're dirty. So what? They gonna smell to this. Smell it. You don't mean it. They don't smell it. They don't. You think they stink in? Smell it. Smell it. Don't put that in my face. It doesn't stink. None of them are white. They're brownish. I want. But they don't stink. Not fat. So I don't need to wash the shirt. The sweat washes it. Hang it up. And folks that one change of clothes. They do everything. That's how poor people are. And that's a fact. Those are not the stinking clothes I need to worry about. It's your spirit. You would say, oh, I would never do that. But you stink. You stink. You're dirty. And you're nasty. And you're stinky. Stinky. God rotten stinky. I give out with a dirty shirt. I usually change up on Thursday. That's okay. Wash all these. But from Sunday to Thursday, I would same shirt. Take it off, hang it outside, put another one on, and sometimes there's a rotation of 3. And I got clothes hangers out there, just hanging there dry. Come back, get that one. Hallelujah. He says this. Drop down to verse 31 of the same chapter. For the sovereign, he will not zonach. He will not cast off forever. He will not forcefully reject one of us. But though he caused grief, does it say he is the one that caused grief? Yeah. You don't want to identify with stuff like that. It will cause grief in your heart to be heavy. Yet, and all of that, will he have racham, a deep love, a kindness, how? According to the multitude of his husbands. That's what he will show. And that's what we must show one toward the other. We must have, although you cause grief, and a child caused the mother grief, and the daughter, and yet the mother still showed them compassion. And he shows us compassion according to his husband and his love. That is the same prototype must be here. That's what caring is. Not this thing because you made me a popsicle. That's crazy. It must be according to the diction, the mandate of Torah, according to his spirit. Anything else is delusional, is false, it's a twisted, wicked lie. We're going to stop there tonight. I'm going to continue on this, the treasuring. We're going to move next week. The next time I get up, the protection. YHWH. That is what caring does. When one cares for one, they will protect them. We're going to see how Yah does that. All right, bless you all. YisraYah'ale, you that have joined us tonight, do help us here. Send an offering gift. This is, I was telling Dawid how much our electric bill was this month we just paid. And he says to me, well, that's not bad for a place. You know, all the houses and buildings, you all got that, which it really isn't. But it costs. So send a gift and offering. Send your tithes and your offering here. You come, you visit. Wonderful, excellent food to eat. And all those wonderful things, all right? So be encouraged, I am. Be strong in Imunah. Don't deny his confidence. Don't let that slip from you. I don't care. Hell and all can turn against you. You don't deny him. I will not do that. I will not deny him for wife or no one. That's clear. I'm in this till the end. As the old ones would say, I've come too far. And I have. I spent all my youthful years and my young years of my life. I'm so glad now. I'm getting old every day. Oh, you're fool. You think that I'm going to find an experience that supersedes the richness of Torah. I don't want it. I don't want it. And so let us show forth that kindness of affection one toward each other. Just affection. Don't even worry about the brotherly or the sisterly part. Just be kindly affectionate one with the other. And let's see the rewards of that. And let's see what Yah do in our life. That's one of the aspects of caring. It begins or is incorporated everything you do in caring. Affection must be a part of it. And it must be kind. May the riches of Yah rest upon you all. Encourage nation. Let us stand to our feet and turn toward YHWH. In all things, how precious of our we do but rock. YHWH's mighty name for your kindness. For all of your great riches and blessings upon the nation. Pray for all, we pray for our Mikayala, Sephonia, and also our precious Mikayala. Bless and pray you the hero, Yah. Our precious friend, the Texas, and all of them. We bless them, our friends. We pray for Zaki Tamasia, Texas, Zaki, Zaki children, all of the nations, every elder, every leader. We pray, and this touch us all. We need your help tonight. Above all people, I do. Above every man, I need your help. In YHWH's mighty name, we pray for the nation, YisraYah'ale. The shalom of our mother, Bob, YHWH. This is our prayer to you this night. Heal us all and touch us all. Above all, I need your healing hands. YHWH's mighty name. Hallelujah.
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 As the deep panted for the waters, so my soul longeth after
Come on and sing that. After you, Yahweh. do long to worship at your feet. You alone are my strength and my shield. To Yahweh alone cause my soul to stand still. You alone are my heart's desire, and I belong to worship at your feet.
You're my friend.
You're my friend, and you are my Abba, even though you are my King. I love you more than the other, so much more than anything. You are my strength and my shield. You alone cause my soul to stand still. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship at your feet.
I want you, Yahweh. And
I want you more than gold or silver, only you can satisfy. You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eye. You're alone are my strength and my shield. Yahweh alone, you cause my heart to stand still. Yahweh alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship at your feet.
well, you're my friend.
You're my friend, and you are my Abba, even though you are my King. I love you more than any other, so much more than anything. Yahweh alone are my strength and my shield. Yahweh alone, you cause my soul to stand still. Yahweh alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship at your feet. Come on and lift your hands and Shabbat Him. Come on and Shabbat our great King. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
For all things
Thank you, Yahweh.